So this week our spotlight is for the Sega Genesis classic Super Fantasy Zone, which came to I think everything universally because that's what Sega did in January of 1992. So by that I mean like North America and Japan on the Sega Genesis.
Did it? It didn't come out in North America though, did it?
Oh, it didn't? Okay, I didn't notice that. But normally they release their stuff simultaneously anyway, if it did get released over here.
Mm.
So one thing that like really was the main focus for this game for me is more than anything in the actual game was a long time ago we did an episode on our podcast where we talked about Sega and their history with their mascots and what they
Mhm.
almost went with before they created Sonic. They had a lot of different mascots that they tried out, and the main character, if you can call it a character, of this game, Opa-Opa, was Sega's mascot for a hot second. So this was the Sonic the Hedgehog. This was the Mario of Sega for which is interesting that they didn't release it in North America because you'd think you'd take your mascot character everywhere. Um, I still like what was the one that I liked that they had? It was like Dr. Games, I think was his name. That was a
Oh,
Sega
yeah, the
mascot.
Master System guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Games. Yep, I just looked it up. He needs to make a comeback. That should be Sega's mascot, Dr.
Well,
Games.
well,
Anyway,
honestly, I think the title of this game, and I guess it's because it might be translated. I think Super
generic
Fantasy
as hell.
Zone as an English title is just a horrible title because,
It's
like,
the most generic thing
it doesn't
ever.
tell you it
Like,
doesn't tell you anything.
and
It
I
We
expected
put
it to
some
be an
words together.
RPG. Like, I
it
really expected this to be like a sword and sorcery game.
it sounds like it's to me, it sounds like Discovery Zone, which as a kid,
Hmm.
loved Discovery Zone. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can still smell those tubes. And they had the roller slides, which it's like, how is this more effective than a regular slide? But anyway, um, Opa-Opa. He's the main character. Is he a ship? Is he a living thing? He's got legs and wings, but he's got a cockpit. I'm not really sure. Uh, the gameplay is that you have to destroy. You have these like 10 main targets you have to destroy, and then you get a boss fight. Um, horrible cover art to go along with the horrible title too. Like the logo is almost unreadable.
Yeah.
Did anybody take a look at that?
Yeah.
Or so, not by didn't look at it long.
Yeah, and it's just, like, not clear what's going on. I don't know. I think some of this stuff is what leads to a game becoming a cult classic, though, is when people can get past all of these things to realize, like, the gameplay in the game, not that bad, you know? But when you surround it with so many bad decisions, you're like it almost makes you root for the game. So, it's got that going for it. It's not a bad little flyy, shooty. I wouldn't call it a shoot 'em up because you can go in, like, either direction, you're not on rails, it's like this weird thing that's its own thing.
I think
Yeah, it's
yeah, I
non-space space shooter.
yeah. I
Mhm.
and I just classify it as a shoot 'em up because it seems like shoot 'em ups have, um, just all different subgenres,
It
and
sort of reminded me of Asteroids, like, the
it
way you could
Yeah,
explore
yeah,
around.
because you could go wherever. Yeah.
Mhm.
well
Okay.
well, if you enjoyed this game and you haven't played Cuphead, what are you doing?
Mm.
Because this game, like, I looked up and I tried to see were there any influences of Cuphead with this game because the shoot 'em up portion of Cuphead looks similar to this. It's just, way more difficult. So, yeah, I mean, if they ever wanted to make a modern new game or sequel to this, you could put all different modern shoot 'em up or roguelike elements into it and make, a good game from it. Because visually, there's nothing like that special about it, but it does look good.
The look there was something about the look of this game that reminded me of, like, those those systems, like the 3DO and the CDI, like
Yeah,
those games always had, like, this, like, plastic, um they just I don't know how to articulate what I'm saying, but they always had this, like, shine to them, I don't know, it looked clean, very clean look to it that, you didn't often see on the major systems. But maybe it's just that it was replicating arcade visuals a little better, and that's, one of the only things those systems did well, so I don't know.
right.
Yeah. Uh, Pretty cool genre to have on the system. Not a genre that I'm good at playing. Also going with Cuphead as
No,
well. Like
no,
just like even though I made a really good effort with that game, it's uh but yeah, it's just uh perhaps a little too generic, which is why we don't see other Opa-Opa or Super Fantasy Zone games. But yes, I think uh they found something where the graphics look good, but the graphics are nothing that special. I really like the assets, like all the different parts that they have. So yeah, I and it does compare to like the shoot 'em up genre, I think is more
yeah,
popular now than it's ever been. So, you also have like if we get into recommendations, there's lots of options. So this is more of like a um hey, it's nice that we have it in North America now because I don't know if we had it prior to the Switch. I'm not sure if we did. So there is
so
that.
I think it's, the first mini Sega they released a couple
The
years ago.
the second one, and I only know that because I just read it, like, 5 minutes ago. It was
Oh,
on
okay.
the second Sega Mini.
But I think other
Might have been on the
than
first one too, I
that,
don't know if they repeated games.
I know it's not in the Sega collection that you can get,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's alright.
I compared it most to I don't know if I'm getting too far ahead of us with my ranking here, but I ranked it right below the Kuru Kuru Kerwin on the Game Boy Advance because I got like the same feeling from both games. I like the Kuru Kuru Kerwin game a little more. But I don't know what it was about it. Like the art style is also kind of similar too.
Yeah,
Very bright, very colorful, very Saturday morning cartoon color palette. So I don't know. They're both games where you're piloting something. Technically, one's a spinning stick, and one is a cockpit with wings and legs. Both very weird. Um, yeah, I ranked it with that, so it's number 64 on my list, Nintendo 64, right below and it's above Scat on the NES, um, which I guess I also
yeah.
enjoyed. It's been a while since I played that.
I put it right at number 100. It's
Woo!
not a bad game, but I don't need to play it again. So,
I could see myself playing this again if like this is the type of game you turn on if you're like I'm too tired to I think I've talked about this on the podcast before when you're too tired to pay attention to anything but you don't want to go to bed just yet so you throw on like a random game on Switch Online. I do that all the time and I'll probably throw this on again when I'm in that kind of mood.
Uh 112 for me, pretty much what Sean said. Yeah, like nothing good or bad, just uh ge-
Lowest.
just generic, not taking up any like special space on the online service, so it should be there. Yeah, as
Mhm.
many whenever it comes to imported games, I'm always down with that also. So
Oh yeah, I'm always spoiled
That's the
being
one.
included.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, no, no negatives. Like really, like just no negatives to it. Just that I think all of us prefer other games, perhaps in this genre, and
Yeah.
just couldn't find a whole lot out of it. But hey, leave us a comment if you're someone. 'Cause I feel like if you're someone who likes this game, you might be in that cult in a good way.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
another thing it has going against it is when I do play shoot 'em ups, I kinda prefer the vertical ones that go bottom to top rather than left to right, if that makes any sense. So,
no, that makes sense.
there was
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. It makes sense. I don't. Yeah, I don't really have a preference. Uh, with that, but plenty of people do like it because again, Cuphead was this like massive game, and I see Cuphead being very similar because you go left to right, but you can also control where you are on the screen as well. It's just a way harder
Mm.
game.
Come on, I beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, how many four-letter words did you say in the meantime?
Alright,
I
let's
don't
find
know
out
'cause it wasn't
what we're
many.
looking at next time. Sorry, Sean.